What is going on, guys? It's Rainier back with another video. In today's video, we will be discussing the Visitor. We will be talking about the Visitor, his backstory, and his whereabouts right now. And we're going to talk about Visitor Reality Zero and Visitor Reality so yeah, I'll go up. Then we talk about backstory, Reality Zero, his, you know, his death, and more about this visitor from Reality. No, it starts here. Battle Royale, Season 4. A meteor in the center of the island has crashed, and out of it steps the visitor. The visitor is unknown to this island's capabilities. That's exactly why he came here. He came here to test the capabilities of his suit, which after the mission was successful, he was planning to leave. So he started building a rocket with some interesting energy that no one ever knew about. And the visitor was a very mysterious character moving forward. As the rocket event got closer and closer, the countdown got to zero. He flew out, never to be seen. Until Season X. Season X came, and by then we have already been, two members of the Seven had already appeared. The leader of the Seven had not yet to show his face, which is actually the Foundation. Obviously, the leader of the Seven is the Foundation. How else? Who else? Who else? Anyways, the scientist and the visitor, right? Well, the visitor had already left the island. The scientist got here in a way that no one can still comprehend. We don't know how he arrived on the island. He's here to give us some answers. And we'll just have to see. And we're gonna have to wait with the Monster vs. Mech event, in which the Magic Order asks Singularity to ride the mech to defeat the monster. Yeah, the controller. This might not be important now, but trust me, it may be a big piece of it. Anyways, moving forward. And moving to the end live event. This will send us into a new chapter, a new era. New now. New everything. Then live event happens and 7 rockets crashing into the 0 point, and the 0 point creating energy so high it could not control itself. It couldn't. And it created a black hole, sucked all of us into it. Like it never happened. The island was torn apart little by little until there was nothing left. And it all transformed into a new chapter to now with some of this island, the seven were a little lost. There was a new mysterious group. Technically this group wasn't new. It was the Imagined Order. The Imagined Order wanted to test the capabilities of the secret event, which, under the circumstances, was not good. The Seven knew they had to protect the 0 point from the hands of the Imagined Order. Before all the way to Season 7, but the last reality invaded the island. And Sloan was here to help us escape the mothership. But in the end, with the return of the king. But Sloan betrayed us. She said that she couldn't get us out. And it was the only way. As the mothership came crashing down the chapter 2 Region 7 Island, a new enemy arose. A cube, part of the last reality. Your capabilities were unmatched. He was capable of causing fear no one was able to. And the Cube Queen is a very important character. We were said that she didn't even die. She could still be alive. So the Cube Queen, her plan was to completely destroy the whole island. Obviously, like any villain would do, and try to take it to the leader, which was at the time the Nothing. She was trying to bring the Zero Fleet back and save them to recover the master. To bring it back to the Nothing. And this would be a huge problem. So as our heroes gathered to stop the cube, we gathered the foundation, but already used in a live event before the scientist and the visitor. And we decided to flip the island to defeat the Cube Queen and stop all of her plans. Chapter 3. Our only villain left was the imagined order, or so we thought. We kept gathering our resources, fighting. Eventually, we recruited the rest of the 7, except for the order. The order was lost. However, we did recruit her sister, the Imagined. With her and the Paradigm's help, we were able to recruit the Origin, in which the Origin had came to this for help. Because he was once the Cube Queen working for the last reality before he realized their true intentions. And he came to the 7 to solve his problems. Now, the 7 were fighting the Imaginary. This was the last battle, as they built a mech to be piloted by the Paradigm. Paradigm piloted this mech. We got to the island with the mech taking out the tanks of the imagined order, taking them out one by one until we were overwhelmed. Too many tanks shooting at us, too many mechs, too much chaos. And in the chaos, the mech went down. Until Peely comes and saves the day, and we get out. And we, before destroying the collider, the imagined order stops us right in our tracks. And the ground under us breaks. And we're in an underground system, 45 IO guards. And sadly, this is the first official death of the 7. If you look to the right in the 0 point, you can see 2 people falling. One of them was Jenna, the leader of the imagined order, and might be leader of the last reality right now, in controlling the Dark Voyager. And they were thrown to the 0 point. I mean, the Imagined threw herself and Jenna into the 0 point, and with the 0 point expanding across realities, they were disintegrated. A slow, painful death. The Imagined, Jenna, dead. And maybe not Jin. So the Order left. Speechless and without words, as the Foundation and Jones, the rest group, they come up, fight more Hyokos until they face themselves with none other than Dr. Sloan. Sloan comes, threatens them with a tank. And before she shoots, the Paradigm Observer was able to get the mid going. Smashes her into the underlow. Just like that. Dr. Sloan. Dead. And the seven were fine. They defeated the Imaginate Order, destroying the Collider, taking the 0 point. But they didn't take it, they set it free. Which was the biggest mistake they could have ever made. We thought the last reality were defeated, but they aren't. That was just phase 1. And that it was still phase 1 of their plan. So the last reality had a new threat, the Herald. And the Herald cloned the Visitor, the Scientist, and the Origin. Unbelievable. Just like that, the only one that escaped was the Paradigm. And after that, she began gathering her resources. The rest of the seven were lost. It was only her left. Everything had gone wrong. And then the Paradigm appeared. She initiated Zero Fusion and she sacrificed her life for all of ours. We didn't know it yet, but she had sacrificed herself and she was dead. The Paradigm, dead. The Visitor, Reality Zero, dead. The Origin, dead. The Scientist, dead. As we moved, the only members of the Seven Eye were the Foundation and the Order. Unfortunately, this is not going to be easy. They were lost for so much, for like a couple of years until now. Chapter 7 brought the Order back. He was on the island to help us find the rest of the members of the Seven. What she didn't know was that they were actually dead, but a mysterious visitor comes in a rocket launch. He's visitor from an unknown reality. Unbelievable. He comes, steps out of his rocket, and meets with the Order. The first time. And then in season 2, Drop the Foundation was officially on the island. At war with the Ice King. And now the two want to destroy each other, and that leads to now. The Seven are still trying to stay strong. The Visitor might be a traitor, but we will talk about that in another video. And now they are gathering all of their resources for the final battle against the Ice King and the Dark Voyager. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.